Welcome to this segment where I'll talk to you about this guy, the Arca Swiss to RC2 adapter from Manfrotto, and an L bracket. So why do you need this device, this Arca Swiss to RC2 adapter? Well, if you look at the Manfrotto RC2-type head, it takes this kind of foot plate, this little chamfered piece. And you'll notice on the bottom of this guy, there's a very similarly shaped, or exactly the same shaped foot plate that's been screwed onto the bottom. And on the top is Arca Swiss. Why do you need the Arca Swiss? Well, if you're using an L plate, and I'll talk about that in a second, it's got a kind of a grooved edge on it. And the only thing it's compatible with is this type of thing, like the Arca Swiss. Of course, I put it in the wrong way the right time, first time. And there you go. It just allows you to turn your camera into landscape mode or into portrait mode. So again, the Arca Swiss adapter allows you to adapt an Arca Swiss type plate or whatever you're mounting on it to a Manfrotto head, so you don't have to go out and get an Arca Swiss type ball head. So the way it works with the L bracket is it just fastens to the bottom of the camera, just like that, in the standard 1/4 inch hole. And then, of course, the camera can then mount onto this Arca Swiss plate that way, or for landscape mode, or this way for portrait mode. So one odd little thing I found with this converter is when you're using it on an RC2 compatible head from Manfrotto, it actually mounts the camera 90 degrees to where you'd expect it to. In other words, the lens is not facing the front of the head, it's facing the side. In which case, instead of using the usual tilt control to tilt the camera, it now controls the roll on the camera and vice versa. So not a big deal, but something to get used to. So the benefit to using an L bracket like this on your camera is that if you're set up for, say, doing panoramics and you've leveled your tripod, which you should do, if you want to then do a vertical panoramic instead of a landscape type panoramic on the same scene, so you don't want to readjust your tripod, because often when you turn the head on the tripod you don't get a perfect vertical, so you're messing around with the legs to try to get the tripod level again. This way you just slide it off if you finish doing your landscape panoramic, and then slide it this way and then start doing your panoramic all over again. By the way, if you are interested in getting this fairly cheap Arca Swiss to RC2 converter, it's made by a company called Heog, and it comes in this nice colorful little box. You can get it from Amazon, and it does have a couple of bubble levels on it. One if you've got the camera horizontal, which is kind of nice, especially since my tripod doesn't have any such thing. And there's also one in the tightening knob on the side, so that if you're doing a vertical thing, for some reason you tilted your tripod head vertically, you've got a bubble level there as well. This guy is also from Amazon. It's a very cheap cast product, although it feels pretty good. One caution, a friend of mine had one of these cast products instead of a more expensive one like the 3-legged version, and he had the casting brake here and his whole camera went on the ground. So just a caution, cheap and cheerful is nice, but it can cost you a lot in the long term, so I'm going to be really careful with this guy. So that's it for this segment. Thanks for tuning in, and please subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you liked it. See you in the next one.